What is up, guys? Waldo here, and I'm here with my co-host today.
Just me.
That's it? That's all you got to say?
That's all. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Man, that's kind of lame.
The people know who I am.
I think we need a better intro, bro.
White Walker. Boom. That's all you need. I don't have a theme song. I ain't got none of that.
I got you covered. Hold on. Let's do this again.
Hold on. Let's go. Let me get you.
All right, hold on. Let's do this again. We're going to do a proper intro.
Oh, shit. I didn't know we started.
It doesn't matter. And now, from the Locker Room Studios, Waldo J, he's your Papi Chulo. And with him, he's got the White Walker, Chris.
Yeah. What's up? Hi. How's it going, guys?
That was a little better, I guess.
Okay, cool. I like it.
In other news, newsflash, guys like their wang played with.
Yes.
Apparently, Robert Kraft.
Super Bowl ring and cock ring.
That's right. I've always said it. You know, you got a ring, you might as well wear that cock ring because the ladies are going to be flocking. Or maybe he was flocking to the ladies. I don't know.
Dude, that's just 200 warrants were issued.
200?
From that sting.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Oh, so they were looking at the place. They were not so much just like looking at him.
There was a couple months of undercover work that were done.
So he just got cut up in
well, he he visited the place, I think the article said twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like I was telling you, if a dude's got money and he wants to spend it on, you know, a lady who's going to give him a massage and a happy ending, that's his prerogative. But you brought up another point, though.
Yeah, from the report, they were saying that it sounded like some of the girls that were there, they were not allowed to leave the establishment.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Yeah, so then that's when you start working into that
sex
trafficking and shit like that. So, yeah, no, but I mean, really, I hate to say it because we always say it, but, you know, dude's got enough money. He's got enough clout. What's really going to happen?
He should have gone to Ashley Madison.
No shit. That shit got leaked a while back.
But still, you know, all those girls were like call girls that, you know, were doing it, you know, because they wanted to do it. Not because they were, you know, pushed into it or held against their will to do it. You know, so.
It's just another one of those things that should be legalized.
Yeah, just like weed.
I mean, frankly, if it was legalized, then it's safer.
Yeah.
There's tests, you know, you can be tested. You can, you know, less spread of STDs.
For sure.
Pregnancies, shit like that. So
I heard the Pot Debate podcast
I'm
with Rogan.
a quarter of the way into it.
It's pretty interesting. Like they both like are going back and forth.
From what I did, it was pretty interesting, but it really, there again, like I said, I'm only a quarter of the way into it, but it seems like the dude's really kind of hanging his entire argument off of like maybe one or two studies. You're
talking about the guy with the book, or who's against it?
Yeah, who's against it.
And he seemed a little bit more high strung. Mm-hmm. Like the other guy seemed a little bit more mellow, more relaxed, and
smoke weed.
Yeah, and his approach of communicating his information.
Yeah, because I mean the other guy seemed I shouldn't say really aggressive, but fairly aggressive with some of his points. Tended to try to interject a lot, but he really, there again, like I said, I'm only a quarter of the way, but it seems like he's really hanging his hat on like one or two studies.
It was pretty good.
So I'm interested to finish listening. I'll finish it up Monday when I'm traveling for work and stuff like that. But dude, I'm so far behind. I'm like 15 podcasts of Rogan behind.
I'm 12 behind because he's done so many in the last.
Yeah, like the last 2 weeks, he's just been hammering out 2 a day.
And I listen to so many other podcasts that, you know, I can't just listen to Rogan, you know.
If he was to keep up like he did last 2 weeks, you could. There'd be enough material.
No, I understand. Let me rephrase. I don't want to listen to Rogan all day.
Yeah.
Although, you know, Rogan is one of my favorite podcasts. But I also like to mix it in, you know. Bodega Boys, you know, Your Mom's House.
Yeah, AKAs.
My buddy, Matt Serra. You know, and his podcast, UFC Unfiltered.
Tight.
Yeah, we're tight, you know.
Actually, for the first time, and I would want to say, 10, 12 years, I actually listened to the radio the other day.
You did?
I actually listened to Austin. I listened to...
Oh, the ESPN radio?
Yep, I actually listened to Austin's thing.
Speaking of Austin.
He's got a fight coming up.
He's got a fight coming up March 16. I posted something on...
Yep,
on
and that's here, though, isn't it? That's here in Jacksonville.
That's going to be here in Jacksonville. And I posted, hey, we need to have you back on. He hasn't responded, but, you know.
Dude, can you imagine how busy he is right now?
I know, man.
I was surprised to see that he was fighting. I was like, you got time to train with doing all the prep, I'm sure, for the radio show and this and that?
Man.
He's doing good, though.
Yeah.
He's doing real good.
I'm happy that he's got something that, you know, well, I mean, I'm not going to say that he didn't have anything. But,
no.
But, you know, something else on top of the fighting.
Yeah. It's good to see somebody that deserves the exposure get some exposure.
Fuck yeah, man. And he's good.
He's
good at the radio. I mean,
he is good.
Very knowledgeable about sports.
Yep.
You know, with the other guy, Brent, whatever his last name is.
Brent, the other guy.
Brent, the other guy. So yeah, man. He was doing a podcast. I don't know if.
I know he was recording one. I don't know if he ever produced, like, you know, put it on the track and then actually started putting it out there. But I wish he would have. Yeah. But shit, like I said, how's he got time now?
I don't think he does, man. I mean, now with training camp coming up, you know, he's going to be super busy.
Yeah. He should be. When's the fight? March what?
March 16th.
March 16th. So he should already be in training camp now.
Let's see, January.
Because it's February 23rd now.
He's got 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks.
And so that would be March 16th, you said. Yeah. So that's 2 weeks into March. So
February, that's 4.
So he's halfway. He should be halfway into training camp right now.
Well, you know, normally these guys do like an 8-week training camp.
Yeah,
so
could be.
We'll see. But yeah, he's going to be super busy. If we're going to catch him, we're probably going to have to catch him like on a Sunday, like on a down day.
Yeah, maybe.
And is he going to want to do that on a day off?
I wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't either. I'm still going to reach out to him.
Yeah, for sure. But I'd love to have him, but if he was like, bro, dude, it's my one day, I'd be like, hey,
bro, don't even worry about it. Yeah, exactly. I ain't going to be mad.
Nah, man.
I ain't hating.
People need their time. Cause shit with the radio now, the fights, I mean, fuck.
That is so dope. And he's live on Facebook too. So if you don't want to listen to the radio, just go and, you know, I saw him on Super Bowl weekend talking to Diamond Dallas Page. I was like, oh, that is so fucking cool.
I'm entering second week of DDPY.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You bought it?
Yes.
How do you feel?
I like it.
No. How do you feel?
I'm not, you know, like.
It feels like shit.
Well, I do. I've got the arm issue that's killing me. But overall, I feel it's going to get me into a good place. Okay. I think so. I think it's going to get me probably flexibility wise where I want to go, where I want to be. I enjoy it.
You trying to do that Amazon position?
I haven't got to that one yet. You know what really my goal, what I would really love to do is within 2 years, I would literally like to be able to stand flat footed and
touch your toes.
No, well, I could do that now. But to be able to stand flat footed, grab my foot and bring my foot out to, then hold my foot with my hand and bring my foot out to the side, extended.
Why?
It's just something I think is really fucking cool. Like he did that shit in when he was on Rogan's podcast, like right before the podcast, he like stood there, you know, like grab your foot and then you extend it out to the side, you know, almost up to here. Okay. I don't know. Cause I've never been able to get my leg around maybe my hip without having to.
Wouldn't you rather see your wiener first?
I could already see my wiener. I have a mirror. Yeah, I can see that. But it's interesting because I don't know, because I've never done yoga. So I don't know if yoga is similar with the dynamic resistance while you're doing it, which is where you're just making your muscles push and pull at the same time.
I've done yoga.
Is yoga like that?
I did it. The last time I did it, I got hurt because I went a little too far with the pose, I guess. And I hurt my groin, and after that, I was like, I'm done with this shit.
Because it's real interesting, because like when you're going through the motions, like your feet, you know, basically you're rooting yourself down. Like, I mean, you're, you know, squeezing onto the ground, squeezing, you know, your legs in, squeezing your knees in. You're engaging, like trying to engage every muscle in your legs and in your core and in your arms when you're going through poses. So it's actually a lot more difficult than one would think to be able to like tighten up everything while you're moving stuff. So
I hate that frog position. That's the one that that got me hurt.
Is that what's that? Just
it's just like your knees are like spreading, and you're trying to put your pelvis down to the ground.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, oh,
see, I can't. And let me guess, you're trying to keep your heels down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, not. I mean,
you're
together,
flat-footed.
No, you're basically.
Or are you on your toes?
You're down, and your toes are like this, and your knees are like, in a V shape outward, and then you're trying to squeeze your, pelvic bone onto the ground. I'm like, oh God, this is not good. And after that, I was like,
Yeah, I did.
Yoga's not for me.
I did. I started because I've never done it before or anything like that. And I was like,
I used to do it every week.
I was like, man, maybe I'll start it in the medium setting and stuff. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, nah, let's not do that because you never did this before. I mean, yeah, granted, you did.
You went beginner?
I went straight beginner, which is cool. I really like the app. I really like the way it's laid out. It already has a schedule for you, and you do supplemental, you can add them. There's a point system, so it's almost like a game. So the more you do, the more points you get. And what's really interesting is you can actually redeem your points for swag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So did you buy like the whole system or is it like a membership?
I bought you can do one or two. You can either buy the DVDs or you can do the DDPY app, which was,
$100 for the year?
Yeah, I just did a year. It was 80. Okay. It was $80 for the year.
Cool.
And it just gives you access to everything on the app. All the workouts are on the app. The cooking, the recipes are on the app. It's pretty fun watching him do that.
Is he cooking too?
Yeah. 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 So he's going through the recipe with you while they're cooking it.
What kind of like, is it like ketogenic or low carb?
Most of it's, he's real, no process, no.
So you shop on the outer perimeter of the store.
Yeah.
Nothing in the middle that's processed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not processed stuff. Okay. So let's see. Chicken and rice soup, Ice Trains egg bites, chickpea miso soups, his broccoli salad, zucchini pizza, peanut butter protein shakes.
Okay.
But, I mean, each one of them's about anywhere between 5 to 10, 15-minute videos. The pesto pizza. So I've watched some of those and,
dude, he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I'm telling you, bro, it's pretty fucking cool.
But then again, I mean, I started watching him when he was just a manager. He wasn't even like a full-time wrestler.
Right.
He used to come out with Scott Hall Scott Hall was the Diamond Stud. And he was, DDP, the manager.
Yep.
Diamond's Dallas Page.
Well, it's kind of interesting, too, because you always do, the diamond, you come down, you do the diamond cutter. And that's how you're stretching, your front, your core and stuff. You go back, out to a T and your Hulk. I mean, it ain't yoga. It is not. And what's cool is there's actually a language filter on the app. So you can set it to where, do you not want to hear any F-bombs? Are some F-bombs okay? Or
no, let me have all the F-bombs.
Let me have all. That's why I was like, no, I'm good with all of them. Give them all.
Diamond cutter upside down.
Boom.
Pussy.
So it's been cool. It's I've enjoyed it so far. Got my heart rate tracker. I got a MyZone, like what Rogan and them used.
Oh, are you gonna do like what is it?
What,
Sober October?
Sober October. Dude, that thing it's pretty interesting once you can get it set and it works.
Yeah.
Because you have to, you wear it like a chest strap. So the leads have to make a good connection. And it took me a little while to figure out how to get it to do that. But once it does, dude, that thing's fucking spot on. But it's cool because I can, like, I'll just walking around the block, because I'll do that with Tiny sometimes because I just wanted to test it. 50% output is what you're doing to, like, walk. And I'm going, okay. So I started running a little bit. I'm like, oh, shit. All right. Now we're, 75% output. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck, I'm dying now doing this little bit of running. So the biggest thing I want to do is I want to wear it for the Strike Fit because I want to see what the output's going to be for that.
You can't wear a rash guard on top of that, though.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
No, I mean, it'll be under the rash guard.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you'll have it protruding from the rash guard.
Well, it'll be under. I mean, it's small.
Super thin? Yeah. Let me see it. Let me see that shit. We're waiting on Chris to show it to me. Oh, okay. I thought he'd be more bulkier than that.
No.
Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's thin. So, it's cool. I like it, though. This is what Dad got me for my birthday.
How How is your dad?
He is good. We went and I'll tell you something, and he's probably gonna hate me for this because I'm releasing his secret. But
is he talking about the Costco chicken?
No. He has found something, and it's kind of interesting because I actually talked to Amanda about it, and she didn't poo-poo it, and I was like, oh shit, because normally she'll, if it's not normal medicine recovery kind of stuff, she's not a fan of chiropractic. She's not, that's all woo-woo shit. But Dad was having real bad issues with his knees. Okay. Like very bad. Like he could operate at 100% for till about around 10, 11 o'clock. And then his knees started going bad. And then by the end of the afternoon, you could like physically see him like limping down, and being in pain. Went to doctors and did shit like that. Really, there's no issues there. There's nothing torn. There's no reason that you should be having this pain. But he was. Didn't know if it was the statins that he was on for his heart, shit like that, because they can cause pain. But he found some fucking psychic guru weird shit on that. That's exactly what I did. But here's the thing, though. So the guy's thing is drinking 16 ounces of celery juice every day. That's it. Celery juice. Okay.
How is that psychic, though?
Because of I haven't watched the YouTube video, and the more dads told me about it, I was like, don't tell people that. Because the guy is like,
You shouldn't be telling me this.
Because
exactly. I'm looking at you funny.
I know. I looked at him funny because he starts talking about the trisodiums that people don't know about.
Dad, I'm looking at you funny too.
But he started doing that 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
A week and a half in, he's pain-free. Like legit.
Is he doing anything else besides that?
No, he's not. The thing is now he's able to do things that he wasn't like. He was like, fuck, I feel good. So he went a little hard one day. And the next day he's like, oh shit. I went too hard.
He went hard on the paint.
Yeah, he went hard in the paint. But like when we saw him last weekend, dude, he's fine. Every day, up, downstairs, moving around. We went and shopping, walking all day, doing this, doing that. Never complained about his knees at all. Not once.
Okay, so what is the purpose of the celery juice? I mean, what does it do?
Dude, it does. It's weird. It's like everything. It legit like does.
Now, are you buying the celery juice or are you like juicing it?
He's juicing it. He does. So
you like need a juicer.
Yeah, he does like literally a head of celery juice every morning.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's an acquired taste, but you get used to it.
Do you have to do it on its own or can you combine it?
The way it was told to me is that you can combine it for like the first week to try to get used to it, but you want to get away from combining. It's just celery juice. And it's, like I said, it's really not that bad.
I hate celery. I fucking hate it.
Well, that's the weird thing, bro, is, I mean, like, you think of celery, like, what is it? It's fucking water. I mean, really, it's just green water. But it's salty tasting.
Yeah, water's not salty.
The water's not salty.
No.
But it's, like I said, it's really not that bad.
Maybe with some ranch.
I don't think you can mix ranch into your drink.
I bet you could.
I guess you could. But, like, it's weird. It's working, though. So I'm like, dude, fuck it. Keep drinking it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, boy.
Hey, if it helps him, it's one of those things where if it makes him, because, I mean.
Are you going to try it?
I don't know.
You have a Vitamix, right?
Oh, I've got a cold press juicer. I have a juicer.
Well, I don't have a juicer, so if I was going to try it, it would have to go in my blender. Mm-hmm. So I would have to blend it with something. I guess water is going to have to be.
You won't need it. I'm telling you, once you'd be surprised how much juice starts coming out of celery once you start juicing it.
All right,
but
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, take a swig and you're going to be like, oh God, it's bad. But I mean, it's like legit. It's working for him.
I'll just put a couple of spoons of sugar.
Well, because I like ginger. I'm a big ginger guy. I like ginger. I like garlic and stuff. So I was kind of asking. I was like, "Can you put stuff like that in it?" And he goes, "Yeah, you can."
That's more of a soup at that point, though.
It's kind of starts becoming it. But it was like I said, it's.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna make a celery soup.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some garlic, some celery.
There you go.
Maybe some cilantro. And throw it in the blender because I do have that blender with but I probably couldn't use like chicken stock, you probably have to be water.
Either that or use a vegetable stock.
That too.
Yeah, you do a vegetable stock. I'm sure you could find a celery soup and blender recipe real super quick.
My blender does it for me, so all I have to do is just
put the stuff in it.
A little garlic, a little celery, a little cilantro, maybe a little salt. Probably won't need it, but
I wouldn't. I mean, honestly, like I said, just juicing it. Because when you first tasted it, I was like, "Did you put salt in this?" He goes, "No." And I'm like, "It's salty." He goes, "That's the tri-sodium things that people don't know about." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
So he went to the psychic and
he found it on YouTube. It was a YouTube video. He found it and started looking into it.
So what the fuck does the psychic have to do with anything?
Because the guy's like, the plant talked to him, the voice came from above that told him about the miracle of celery. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the more Dad was telling me about it, I was like, dude, don't tell people that. Just tell them you just started juicing and doing some stuff and the pains went away.
You should have told me the story like that too.
No, I wanted you to know how fucking weird it was.
It is fucking weird as fuck.
It is. But it's one of those things where it's like, bro, if it's working for you, cool. Do it.
It is, I guess.
I mean, hey, it may not work for everybody. It's not like weed.
True. Well, apparently weed could not work on some people and make him psychotic.
Yeah, me and Amanda were talking about that the other day while we were driving around because with her and pain rehabilitation, a lot of her patients, they've tried marijuana for help with pain.
Right.
And a lot of them haven't had luck with it. Mm-hmm. But you also got to think, these people are in a bad spot already. Because if you're coming to where Amanda is, you're at the end of your rope.
Yeah.
So it may not, it could be any number of things. I mean, these people are on fucking high doses of opioids already. That's why they're coming. They're trying to get off of this shit. So it may not work for them. The system may already be so fucked up that it may not help, or it may not help those people. Because she's always like, you always talk about it's like the wonder drug. I'm like, no, I don't say it's a wonder drug, but I say it's helpful. It's helped plenty of people.
Yeah.
So I don't see why it should.
It's not for everybody.
No.
Especially like listening to the debate, and all of them agreeing that it's not for everybody, and how we could have potential damaging effects on other people, especially if you're on that edge where you're having psychotic incidents. Mm-hmm. That weed could push you over the line.
Yeah.
Because you become paranoid and shit.
My biggest thing is I just wish it would be legalized from the standpoint to where it could be regulated.
Right.
And be safer. Because right now it's, with it, people are finding it with fentanyl in them, in the weed, and it's killing. That's what Amanda's brother. They came back and they had fentanyl in the system. God. And literally somebody else that was part of that circle, last week died with fentanyl in their system.
Polar Bear, I can't read your comment, but you're always welcome to call, buddy. So yeah,
but I mean, if it was legal and it was regulated and tested, it could be made safe.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Do you want somebody to try out, man, I'm sore.
Rough,
I'm sore today.
Yeah.
I'm going to smoke a little weed and, kind of make my joint pain go away. Oh, damn. I got fucking fentanyl.
I know a lot of guys like that, man, that they're up in age and, they need a little something to take away the inflammation, and he helps them.
Yeah.
But then again, if you come across something that's tainted, with fentanyl,
you're dead. It does not take much at all to kill you. It's literally from a story I read, I don't know, I can't verify, but story I read, it's already killed one officer because it got on his hands. He was doing a search on a suspect.
I saw that. Yeah.
Where it got on his hands and fucking killed him. I mean, seriously, how much got on his hands that it killed him? How much does it take to kill you? Obviously, not much.
Yeah.
And they're busting that shit on the border. There's a fucking news story every other week about them busting fucking fentanyl out on the border. It's like, goddamn.
So are they doing it on purpose, or?
I don't know. I think they're just using it as a cut, or I don't even know. I've never even asked Amanda, like, what fentanyl does.
Well, here's the thing, if you're in that industry and you're selling, weed laced with fentanyl,
You're killing
you're killing your clientele.
Yeah.
So why would you do that?
I mean, unless it gives you a little bit, maybe, a little bit gives you a super high. But if you literally go, a pictogram over, boom, you're dead.
Pico dead.
Yeah, Pico dead. So I don't know. But it's just spooky how that one thing can fucking just knock your dick in the dirt and you're dead.
Well, before we move to the next thing that I have, because he's kind of weed related, I want to send a shout out to my boy Chris Crawford out in
Squirrel
Rockaway, New Jersey, competing at the Finisher Sub only tournament. I guess he had a super fight, but
I think he had 2.
He has three matches, I guess, set up. So good luck to my boy. Of course.
Is that today?
Today and tomorrow.
Today, okay.
So
hopefully they'll put it on their Facebook.
They are,
and maybe there'll be some audio this time.
Hopefully, hopefully. But we are a sponsor of the Squirrel.
I love Squirrel.
Hopefully he'll do good.
He's one of those young guys. He's just like, man, I hope the best for you. Yeah, I really do. I want you to do good. And
also want to send a shout out to Fidel Polino fighting in Tampa, Florida tonight out of the training yard. And also a shout out to Bert Smallwood out of AOWJJ.
That's right.
Fighting in Tampa as well. Different show though.
Yep.
It's not the same. But those guys are competing today and tomorrow.
Lots of local fights going on in the state.
It's a lot, bro. And then Squirrels also next week in Des Moines, Iowa.
And doesn't Blake got something coming up?
Blake's fighting in that March 16 combat night.
Oh.
So you got Blake fighting March 16. Squirrel's going to be fighting March 16 as well.
Really?
Chris Crawford, yes. Who else?
Austin
Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob.
Yeah, I was going to say
the Caveman.
Jacob.
I
may actually have to go to this one.
I may not have to go. I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to be there.
Okay. Where's it going to be at?
Morocco. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big venue and fits more people. It was good. It was good last time. So
cool. Yeah. I may have to make it.
From BTT, Daniel Faulkner is also fighting.
Cool.
So who else? Fuck, man. There's so many guys from the area that we know.
Yeah.
So
it's blowing up in Jax.
It is going to be. Well, Combat Night is basically making waves everywhere in Florida. Yeah. They have a show. I think it's today. Is it in Fort Lauderdale? Maybe this is it. It might be today or next week. One of the two. I can't quite remember. But a lot of fights going on right now. So, are you looking at it?
Yeah. Tonight.
Tonight in Fort Lauderdale.
It's 2 hours and 2 minutes before it starts in Fort Lauderdale at Sway.
Nice. So good luck to all those guys fighting in Fort Lauderdale.
That's cool, man. I'm glad to, it's good to see a promotion that's, doing good here in Florida.
We need something like this.
We do. I mean, there's especially it makes it to where there's talent up this way now.
Well, they go, Tallahassee, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and here. So I don't know if they go out of state. If they do, I don't know. But they're grabbing the guys from that region that are the best, and they're putting them on a card and giving them exposure. And hopefully those guys can catapult to the next stage. Which would be the big leagues like Bellator, UFC, those kind of promotions. But we'll see. I mean, all the girls in the 115 division are on notice right now.
Dude.
Because Shelby's just on a tear. She basically had to tell the ref, yo, stop this shit.
I'm killing this girl.
Yeah. Man, I kind of feel bad for that girl.
Dude, all she could do was cover up and just fucking eat bombs.
Yeah. So, and she just gets better every time out.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to all those guys. And going back to the weed thing.
Mm-hmm.
So presidential candidate Andrew Yang
I haven't listened to that one
wants to legalize it, but also is trying to do what we talked about it a while back about the universal income. He wants to do universal income. And
does he go into depth about how he wants to propose it? Does he? Okay.
He does.
I'll have to check it out then.
You have to listen to it because I'll give you a little of the tidbits that I got from the podcast. So basically what he's saying is AI is taking away a lot of the jobs.
Yes.
That are.
It's gonna start hitting my field this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's
not so much on my what I do per se, but it's going to be taking over. It's going to be doing a lot of administrative jobs, and that's the thing. There's like they gave us, because I just got back from our big meeting, and they threw some numbers at us, and it was kind of crazy how one thing that we use all the time, what it costs and how many hands touch it to do it. And it was kind of like, what the fuck, really? Just for this one piece of paper, it costs $600-700, and we issue thousands of them a year. So if you do AI, that knocks it down to around 30, I think like $34. That's a big cut. That's a big cost cut.
Yeah.
So there's going to be,
some people are going to be losing their jobs.
Some people are going to be losing their jobs.
Well, he mentioned that the 5 most impacted areas would be transport and manufacturing.
Okay.
Food prep and food service.
Okay.
Retail and sales. Administrative and clerical, which is what you just mentioned.
Yep.
And what was the other one? Oh, I have one twice here. Fuck. Anyway.
I think some of those others, it's going to take a little bit longer to start venturing in.
Well, that's the thing. He's saying it's not.
The clericals will probably happen. That'll probably happen sooner, because that's fairly easy. If you're doing the same thing every day.
Call center too.
Call center.
Apparently Google has a system that you can't even tell that is a fucking robot.
Oh, I'm sure.
So he said that it's not happening all at once.
No.
That is happening gradually within, the next 11 years.
Yeah.
So he's saying, instead of waiting for those 11 years to go by and be like, oh, fuck, what do we do now?
Yeah.
He wants to start integrating that, gradually. So what he said was basically, if you are on government assistance, and let's say you're receiving food stamps and you're getting like $700 a month, then you would not be eligible for the 1,000. You would only be eligible for 300.
Okay.
Because you are already receiving assistance.
So basically there'll be like a number, and depending on how many handouts you're already getting, so there's 1,000. Okay. Everybody's going to get $1,000.
It would be,
if you're getting some sort of handout here or some sort of handout there, it's going to dent into that.
No, that was Robbie, but he hung up.
He doesn't like us that much.
No, I guess not. So, anybody receiving more than $1,000 in government assistance is just not going to be eligible, which was, I guess, part of the projection was people were saying, well, it's going to cost at least $3 trillion to get that done. And he said, no, it's more like 1.8 trillion, which is still a high amount of, money.
Yeah.
But it's because those people that would be receiving that assistance would not be eligible.
Yeah.
Would not be fully eligible. You would only
you'd be making up some of the costs from the program.
Right. So basically, oh, here we go. He's calling back. Let's see. What is up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
What's up?
What's up, boo-boo?
What you doing, baby?
Let's see. You called us, so what do you think we're doing? Besides jacking each other off.
I don't know why he's being so mean to you already, Robbie.
You guys didn't answer the first time. I guess Google Voice didn't like what I called you.
Oh, I guess not, because I can check it, because, I'm using the iPad.
Yeah.
You saw what I called you. Anyway, what's going on, though? What y'all talking about? Y'all doing good?
Yeah, we're doing good. What are you up to, bro? You were here last weekend, and you left us again.
Yeah, I know. It sucked. I was in Atlanta, and then as I'm in Atlanta, Robbie.
He really didn't want to see you. He knew you were coming.
Yeah, that's how far I went. I drove 6 hours to get the hell away from him.
Instead of staying in town, he's like, fuck this guy. I'm out of here. Oh, he hung up.
Okay. Google Voice does not like him.
His phone sucks. Yeah. That's what it is.
Set coverage in Texas.
Yeah. Like sometimes he'd be talking and I'm like, bro, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
And then he comes back.
Yeah.
And he's like on this,
tirade. You just let it roll.
And I'm like, bro, I didn't hear half of the shit you said.
No, you just go, right, yep, right.
So, going back to,
did he talk anything about fair tax or anything like that?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
So we were talking about the jobs that were going to be impacted, the people that are going to be eligible and who's not going to be eligible. Apparently also, there he is. Okay. Let's go back to him.
Don't you hang up again, goddammit.
Don't you hang up, faggot.
Hanging up. My bad. Sorry, driving.
Yeah,
But no, man,
that is the only time that you call me.
Yeah,
is when you're driving. Yeah, you're not home where you have a steady signal.
No.
You're just driving. It's like, oh, let me get this shit out of the way. Let me give him a
I'm
call.
bored driving.
Yeah.
Let me talk to
I'm
Waldo.
at a place where I got to drive for 4 hours a day, so I would chill. Of course, I call you when I'm driving.
Why you have to drive 4 hours a day?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Are you a truck driver?
No, I'm not. It takes me about an hour and a half to get to work in the morning.
Fuck
An hour and a
that. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Welfare seems like a good option.
I mean, I'm sure there's a street corner that is a hell of a lot closer.
Right? You could just strap a mattress to your back.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always an hour and a half to get to work, but...
Are you working on a Saturday or what? What's up?
No, I just got done training some wonderful jiu-jitsu this morning.
Nice.
Getting murked. So
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Yeah, because it's what? It's 1 o'clock there now?
It's 2 o'clock.
Here.
It's 2 o'clock?
Yeah, he's
so
in Houston.
I got done like 1.
Oh. I thought he was 2 hours behind us.
No, it's just 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, don't steal an hour from me.
I know. My bad,
But,
my bad.
Actually, it's gaining me an hour. But yeah, man, I had a good time in Jack. It was a pleasure. I'm sorry I didn't see you, Chris. You decided to go to Atlanta.
Yeah,
But
I know. I knew you were coming. I
I
drove 6 hours to get away from you.
Oh yes, 100%. But no, it was good. I got to see Wallace and Art. That was pretty cool. So
That was the
I
highlight
appreciate
of your fucking trip. Don't
Of
you
course it
forget
was.
that.
absolutely, 100% the highlight.
Listen, now that I have you on the phone,
Sure.
I
We
want
talk about
to.
our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Rivera from down the street. No, as you guys know, this might come as a shocker to both of you.
Okay.
I am not perfect.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why is it that when people you don't like fail, you kind of like enjoy it, but when your friends fail, you feel sad?
Huh.
You know, that's a deep thought, deep question.
I need to be a better person.
Do you, though?
Yeah, I think so, because if I had that thought that said to myself, why would you celebrate somebody's failure, even though they're an asshole?
I think it is about your own character, because there's been some unmentionable names.
No, we're not going to name names.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I started to, like, there was someone I know that I don't really care for that had, a failure or something. And I don't know if it's the same. I don't think it's the same one we're talking about, like a couple weeks back or so. And I felt a little bit, I don't know if it's empathetic or what, but, like, I don't know. Like, I go back and forth with it, man. Like, I don't think of course, like you said, you're not perfect, but it is a strange thing. Like, it's kind of like if an enemy or someone you didn't like said something, or, did something that you'll say, oh, what a, fag or piece of shit or whatever, and your friend does it and you don't care. Like, it's a strange phenomenon, just what you allow people to do and say. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling.
Well,
but
it was like, I saw the failure and I was like,
Right.
And then I caught myself this morning. I'm like, why did I do that? But then when my friends fail, I'm like, hey, bro, don't worry about that shit. Be back. You can do this. You'll be all right. I'm like genuinely sad for their failure, and I'm there to support them. But I took a little joy in somebody else's failure.
Well, I think it's because...
Does that make me an asshole or a bad person?
No, I think it falls back into the tribe thing. I think the people that are in your tribe, if they fail, since they're your tribe, you're like, damn, let's pick you up so the team can keep going, da-da-da-da-da, it's fine. If they're not in your tribe, then you're like, all right, well, sorry about your luck. You're on fire. I'm going to go piss over here.
Jesus.
I don't think I think you're a human, man. Like, I think most people are more like you with that. And I think what we should strive, I do think we should strive to not
be an asshole, right?
Somebody. Yeah, I'm being honest, like, no. And I think, because I've noticed, man, like, I remember it a long time ago, I don't know, when I was 15, I asked my dad something, and, he was like 40 or whatever, and he would say, oh, yeah, F that or whatever, and then asking him now, when he's pushing 60, he gives me a completely different answer for the same question. And I think as you get a little older, like I remember like my dad was like, I was like, oh, this guy was a dick or whatever. And he's like, well, you know, think of it from his perspective, what he's trying to do. And I'm like, what? Did my dad get soft on me?
Right.
And it's like, no, just with experience, he looks at things differently, you know, and I think the same is happening to all of us. So, I mean, it's good that you're reflecting on it.
Yeah, but I still think you need to you need to keep some of that hate inside.
I thought I was becoming a little soft because I had that thought. I'm like, man, why am I celebrating, you know, somebody's failure? That person,
well,
right now, that person,
topic.
you know, I put myself in their shoes and I'm like, man, that person right now does not feel good. Even though I know you're a fucking asshole, you know, and you haven't been the best person that you could be to others. I try not to be an asshole to people. So, you know, I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know why I had the thought.
I honestly, I think it's because I'm starting to kind of change my position a little bit on something that I've been, you know, for most of my life, I've been pretty strong about, and I'm starting to kind of soften it a little bit and be a little bit more understanding about it. And it's kind of weird because I don't know why all of a sudden I'm becoming my stance is becoming a little softer on it.
You like cock, don't you?
Oh, of course. 100%.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. Jeez. This is not breaking news. What was that from? That's a new one. Which one's that?
It's from Police Academy.
Oh, is it? Okay. I was going to say Love Boat.
So what are you having the issue with or changing your stance on?
I'm changing my stance on suicide a little bit.
Oh, because you used to think that it was very selfish.
Well, I still feel it is kind of selfish. I'm changing my stance on the weakness factor.
You don't know what's going on in that person's head.
Exactly. I know. But the reason why it really kind of started making me think about it was, oddly enough, was I don't know if you know Brody Stevens. Brody Stevens. He's a comic over in L.A.
Okay.
Really good with Rogan.
Okay.
Sam Tripoli. He hung himself yesterday. He killed himself.
No.
I've followed Brody on his Instagram and stuff like that for a few years, ever since I got introduced to him. And it was interesting because you see, like, literally, I mean, he killed himself yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday he had a post, you know, hanging out with friends and looked, you know, happy as could be. And it's weird. It's like you start thinking about that, you know, the face you show versus the mask you wear versus what it really is. And then Amanda had a situation with, I can't go into it too much, but she had a situation where somebody she'd been working with, they killed themselves.
Oh God.
You know, so it's like,
that's horrible.
It is horrible. But you start softening up a little bit. You start going, well, why? You know, was it that they just got to a point to where pain was just too much to where they just, you know, said, I'm done, you know, even though the day before everything looks and they seem fine and they act fine, but then, you know, what if they just woke up that morning and fucking like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, so I am kind of softening. I still feel like if you're, you know, like if I was to do that to myself, I feel like that's a real asshole move for the simple fact, you know, I have kids, I have a wife. You know, I have people that depend on me, that rely on me for things and things like that. So to rob them of that, I think is still a dick move. But I'm softening a little bit where I'm not as hardcore, you know, fuck that kind of thing. And I think it's just because I'm getting a little older. I'm starting to understand, you know, life a little bit more, you know, because the more you do it, the more you live it, the more you know, go through the trials and the tribulations, you know, you gain experience.
Man, you don't know what problems that man had. You don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know how his mental state was.
No.
You know, going back to the weed thing, you know, where, you know, they were talking about that is not for everybody because, you know, you could have psychotic, you know, incidents. You don't know. Maybe that happened to him.
Yeah.
And he could very well just said, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Exactly. Could have. You know, you never know. And that's one of the things I think if you can know for certain that the person was just a, you know, selfish ass and they did it kind of thing, then you can be a little more hardcore about it. But if not, you know, maybe I need to not be as hard on stance on it as I normally am. Again, I don't know. I've grown a little bit.
Go ahead.
I like something that Art said about that before. You know, it's an X amount of pressure all at one time. And they're trying to relieve that pressure. And sometimes it is just time in a situation, right? Like, I don't know, like someone that is about to lose their house or all these different things, and then they take their own life. It will be okay. You'll lose the house, but there's other places to stay. Just wait a little longer, and you'll realize, okay, I might have lost a house, but I can still go stay with my parents or with something else. And I mean, I don't know, like it's kind of like even the same situation. Like, is the best thing to do in jiu-jitsu to freak out when somebody passes your guard?
Yes.
No.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I'm sorry.
Lose shit immediately.
Hey,
absolutely not. You don't just
throw
like,
a tantrum.
Chris, I don't know if you ever did this, but like in the very beginning, I remembered people passing my guard and putting all that pressure. And what do? Sometimes you tap out. You're like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I've done that.
Out and you tap. And now you might not do that at all. Like you're like, okay, I know how to relax here.
Yeah,
I can figure it out.
I may not tap as quick.
You
but
just learn how to take your ass whooping.
Yeah,
like
you learn how to deal with the pressure a little longer and a little longer, and stuff like that.
Okay. And I can't. I haven't really had those thoughts, so I'm not really speaking from a place of great understanding. But
well, the fact that you would have any sort of thought would be amazing.
Well, the thing is like,
you are I would like to, by the way, changing the subject, I would like to dispel some fake news that Art spread last week.
I didn't hear what he spread.
That you're a straight man?
That's the number one thing, but I want to get to that later.
Okay.
No, the donut rumor.
The what?
So
donut rumor.
Remember the donuts?
What
he
donuts?
said the donuts in the morning. He said I order donuts in the morning, and I say they're for the kids. So I want to let you know something. I 100% give my kids donuts. You want to know why they aren't for me?
Why?
Because I order 2. If there were if you heard me here say 6, they're 100% for me.
Okay. All right.
Bro, I don't think anybody gives a fuck if you have a donut.
No, I'm with you, Robbie. I'm with you.
No, I'm just letting you know. If there's 2 being ordered, that's way too little. They ain't for me. But if you hear any number above that, now we're talking.
You're only saying that because Art's not here, and he's not here to rebuttal.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, good play. Good timing. Timing is everything.
It's perfect timing. I didn't hear it last week, so I wasn't able to call it either. It's okay. But I did definitely enjoy seeing you guys last week. That was cool. I had a good time.
I enjoyed seeing you too.
I know you did.
You enjoyed it from Atlanta.
Yeah. I know. I saw the photos. I was like, motherfuck. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sherry said hi too.
Who?
Oh, is she there right now? Or
No.
you said hi last week?
No. She's being a loser.
Yeah.
She didn't join us.
She's driving down the road someplace.
I don't know where she's going, but loser.
Sorry.
Bum.
All right.
She's not here, but yes, last week she was like, oh, I didn't know that Robbie was in town. And I was like, he's not. We're in Houston. And he's like, no, you're not.
That's right, bro.
But anyway,
man. When you guys gonna come out here, man?
Whenever you fly us out.
Yeah,
we're broke, bro. We don't.
Well, look, I can tell you this right now. You've got a better chance of getting me or Art to come out that way than you do Waldo.
Why?
Well, let me go ahead and break it down to you. Okay. Waldo has gotten to the point to where Waldo barely likes to drive the 20 minutes it takes for him to get here. Okay. 20 minutes, bro. So you think you're going to get him to travel, what's that? Maybe a 3-hour flight?
Probably.
2-hour flight. And, just be away from the dog, be away from home, be away from the projection screen. Ain't happening, guy. Ain't happening. Hey, FaceTime. That's all you need now.
Listen, if we leave out of Jack's, which is like a 25-minute drive,
okay,
and he's around the 3-hour flight time, yeah, okay, cool. But once he becomes more than 3 hours on a plane, oh my God.
Nah, it's not that long. It's like, I think, a half or 3.
Like, I like going to Vegas, because every time I go, I catch a fight. And like, I've been wanting to, but then I think, man, that's a 5-hour flight. Do I want to be in a plane for 5 hours?
Or do you want to go ahead and pony up the money to be up front?
So
I've done that. I've paid the extra $40 to have more leg room.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Southwest is really good, bro. I don't care what anybody says. They're funny. They come around, they throw some peanuts at you and be like, we'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And they bring you some coffee or fucking soda or whatever. And, they're pretty good. So I don't mind flying Southwest, despite what other people say. But yeah.
So wait a minute.
So, yeah.
You still out in the plane, you can't sleep, you can't watch movies, like that's too much for you?
Well, the last couple of times that I've gone anywhere, it was Puerto Rico, and it was a 2.5-hour flight, and I had my podcast, that I was listening to, and the time went by pretty quick, so I wasn't really complaining. So
yeah,
but
I don't think I've done a. You're right.
But if I have to drive to somewhere like Tampa, the fuck out of here, man! I don't want to do that.
I got to fly to Arizona this year.
So not only is that a 4-hour, drive down,
it's back.
That means that you have to drive 4 hours.
It's not 4
back.
hours to Tampa. Come on.
How long is it?
If it's taking you 4 hours to get to Tampa, you're doing something wrong.
How long is it?
Should only be maybe 3.
Pull
maybe
it.
2:45.
Get the fuck out of here. 2:45. It takes me like an hour and a half to get to Michelle's mom in Lake City. No, I'm sorry. Not Lake City. Lake Mary, which is on her way down to Orlando. Okay? And from there.
Yeah, 3.5 hours.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was off by 30 fucking minutes.
Well, look, I mean, if you're going to be, come on.
Okay, I'm still on the road 7 fucking hours.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to travel that much. Back in the day, yeah, I'm all about it. I'm also 43 now. I don't want to be on the road that long. I want to get out, sit on a couch and have a...
Where did you... What city are you from again in Puerto Rico? Or town?
Kissimmee?
Yeah, Kissimmee.
That's the...
No.
You didn't know that? That is literally the capital of Puerto Rico.
That's funny.
Kissimmee.
Were you from the Bayamon? I can't remember.
No, I'm from Sabana Grande.
Okay.
That's the big
everything
blanket.
You had.
That's the big blanket, motherfucker. Anyway, what?
So everything you had was pretty close by, wasn't it? Back home.
What difference does it make? Back home, I didn't.
It's a small island.
Back when I was 18, it didn't matter if we left for 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. I was happy that I was gone for 10 hours.
Yeah. We're older now.
I'm I said.
He's like that old dog now where, he wants to be fucking comfy.
Fuck yeah. Bro, listen, I got like a bunch of nice shoes.
Right.
Super expensive. Jordans.
Right.
I got some Barclays. I got some Pumas. I got some Converse.
Okay.
I wear $50 Skechers everywhere.
All right.
Because they're comfortable as fuck.
Okay.
And those other shoes are not as comfortable.
Then why do you get them?
Because I wanted them.
Okay. Then that's fine because you're a damn adult.
That's right. And I can do that.
You can do what you want. But
ever since I bought these, let me show people. Look. It's a slip-on.
Yeah, they are comfortable. I will admit, Skechers has honestly got the best flip-flop I've ever had.
Technically, I use this as a flip-flop.
Yeah.
And a work shoe.
Yeah.
So, folks, the best $50 my feet have ever seen.
Yeah. People laugh. They're like, those are dad shoes. Well, guess what?
Fuck yeah.
Fucking dad shoes are comfortable.
That's right. That's why they make them for dads.
Yeah.
Because they need to be comfortable.
Fuck yeah.
Shit. Sometimes I have them on and I don't realize I have them on. I'm like, oh, I'm home. I can take these off.
That's a comfy shoe.
Yeah. So.
That's on the verge of being a Croc.
I've never worn a Croc, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference.
They weren't bad.
No. Yeah.
I had a few pair.
What do you wear, Robbie, besides panties?
What do I wear?
Yeah, shoes. Shoe-wise. What you got on the feet?
I don't give a shit. I wear freaking whatever I can, Target shoes and stuff. Like, I don't... If as long as they're comfortable, I wear them.
See?
Well, that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make.
He just wants to be comfortable.
Yeah, if they're comfortable, I 100% wear them. Like, right now, like, there's some shoes, like, you can get on Amazon, man. Like, they're like Tesla shoes. I don't think it's the same company. But they're comfortable, man. They're like $20.
Well, if they come with Wi-Fi and a Navi system.
Yeah, they come with Wi-Fi.
Have y'all heard about Nike's shoe?
Who?
The Nike shoe?
Oh.
The ones that you supposedly they have the automatic lace up that you do.
The Back to the Future shoe?
Yeah. That they bricked on the update. Like people's fucking shoes don't work now. because of an update. They bricked the fucking shoes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How much were those shoes?
Expensive. I don't know. I just read. I didn't read the full story, but they were like, update causes Nike's new, self-lacing shoe to brick. I'm like, oh, that sucks,
bro. I've bricked a phone before, and it's
it sucks.
Oh my god, because you're trying to put those new what do you might call it? Different operating systems on them.
$350 for the shoe.
Ooh, fuck that. I could buy like 7 pairs of the Skechers.
Did you see the Nike, the boy that the basketball guy that like
Jesus,
I guess
Robbie, what are you doing?
He's in a wind tunnel. Leave him alone.
All right, I'll put on you. Sorry.
But the basketball player that got injured because his Nike shoe like exploded.
No.
Really? He was going, making a drive or whatever, and the fucking Nike shoe just ripped apart. Yeah, and it he injured himself.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Thursday or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then of course the memes have come out where they Nike's come out and fired the 9-year-old who made the shoe in Indonesia. It's like, damn.
Well, he should be fired, that little fuck.
Right? Little bastard. Didn't double stitch the sole.
Oh, damn. I did not see that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like he comes across the court and what it did is the shoe basically ripped in half. It came completely apart from the sole. And his foot went through it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Bro, what are you doing? You're killing me over there.
He's going through a car wash now.
Oh my God.
That's what they do in Texas.
Listen.
Shoutouts.
Listen, we love you, but we're going to let you go.
Yeah, I love you, Robbie.
Fine. All right, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Wallace, I know that triggers you more than anything else.
Listen.
That's why I did it.
Listen, if you want to call whenever you're home and not driving, you're always welcome to call. Shit, next time you're here, try to make some time so you can come on the podcast. How about that?
All right, so I'll be on the podcast sometime next year. But, yeah, I'll try to make some time for it. That'd be smart. I'll probably plan it a little better, too.
Yeah, you should. Fuckface.
No, not fair.
All right.
Later, boo-boo.
So, all right, homies. Later.
Thank you for calling, buddy. Peace.
All right, bud. Later, homie.
Now, what's crazy is when the shoe blew out, because it did it on national TV, they lost 1.12 billion wiped off in stocks from the shoe blowing out. Yeah, in reaction to it.
Damn.
And they're saying that this is lawyers are saying this is a classic liability case.
Well, no fucking shit, you think?
Yeah, because this guy was going to the pros. I mean, he was going.
Oh, he wasn't a pro.
No, he wasn't. He's a college player. His name's, what is it? Zion.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
To the guy from Duke?
Yeah. That's what happened.
Oh, I thought that it was like some sort of a play that he got injured in.
No, his shoe blew up.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, his fucking shoe broke in half.
Oh, that fucking blows.
So now you know why they fucking fired the 9-year-old.
Dude, that dude is a freshman too.
Yeah. So I don't know what he injured, but I think he was going to.
I thought it was his knee.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he was holding the back of his leg, but could be his knee. But yeah, because I think he was going to be a one and done. I think he was
one and done. Yeah,
freshman and gone.
Yeah.
But
a lot of guys do that nowadays.
Yeah,
because you have to have 1 year of eligibility in college in order to get to the NBA.
And Duke is notorious for
No, it's not. It's not Duke. It's Kentucky.
Oh, is it Kentucky?
No, Kentucky. Where's Calipari at now? I think he might be Memphis. Wherever
he is,
wherever John Calipari is, that's where they all go.
Is he still messing with the young girls? Didn't he get into a little bit of trouble at one of the colleges?
I don't know.
Huh.
I thought no, maybe I don't know. I don't keep up with people.
Yeah, I don't keep
life.
Up. Yeah, I don't, well, it wasn't. I mean, I wasn't keeping up with sex life. I would just remember hearing the story.
Yeah, I don't quite recall that one.
That was when I actually used to keep up with sports fairly.
Dude,
often.
I haven't watched Sports Center in so long. I watched the HGTV channel, the Food Network, Discovery, and that's about it.
I've been just Netflix, and I've been watching The Umbrella.
What the fuck, bro? Netflix canceled The Punisher.
Everybody knew it was coming.
Why?
Because they'd already gotten rid of Luke Cage. They've gotten rid of the Defenders. They'd gotten rid of Daredevil because they weren't.
Everything Marvel's out of Netflix.
Yeah.
They ended the relationship.
Well, yeah, because Disney's getting ready to do their own streaming service.
So, wait a minute. So
they're basically pulling
Marvel, is Marvel owned by Disney?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so basically they're pulling all their IPs back to home, and they'll be having their own streaming service.
So are we going to see the Punisher, Daredevil on the Disney streaming app?
I don't know. Because that was the thing about Netflix is you could kind of get, because if they would have tried to make the Punisher some PG-13 or some shit like that, it would have never worked. It just would have. And I don't know if Disney's really going to embrace the...
Well, it doesn't have to be called a Disney app.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And they can do R-rated shit, you know. They just have, hey, this is for kids. This is not for kids. Yeah. Like, for example, our podcast.
Not for kids.
Just to, you know, remind people out there that might be complaining and saying that I might be a bad person.
Who says that?
Really? Let me flow because of the content of our podcast. Listen, fuckface. Our podcast, it's geared towards an adult audience. Okay? Not only that, I have a sticker that says explicit content on our logo, on our picture.
We like to love crew.
So that should be an indication. So if you have a problem with that, how about you go fuck yourself? Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Go to the Bag of Dicks buffet.
That's right. And have lots of them.
Lots of them. Enjoy it. Go back for seconds.
Yep. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Okay.
Moving on. What were we talking about?
Fucking don't know.
Disney and Marvel.
Yeah, so from what I've heard, they're pulling all their IPs to close to home because they want to control the flow of them. So it sucks because, I mean, Punisher was the best of the bunch. Luke Cage was okay.
Dude, my favorite was the Punisher, to be honest with you. And Daredevil was good, too.
Daredevil was okay.
I got into the Punisher because of Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing is his appearance on the Daredevil is what launched because people just ate that shit up.
Yep.
That they were like, oh shit, let's do
a spinoff.
Yeah. Jessica Jones, I never really got into.
I got into the first season. The second season, I was like,
it's becoming really, it's like that whole time management. Like, I just don't have the time to watch all that I want to watch on.
Well, that's
Netflix.
the thing, you know, if I want to binge watch it in 2 days, I can.
Yeah.
Because it's all there.
Yeah.
I'll start like on a Friday night and then all of a sudden Saturday morning, I finish it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, 6 or 7 episodes into the Umbrella Company, which is a comic book thing too, from Dark Horse. But it's pretty cool. Kind of interesting.
I don't know who made the comment, but somebody said something.
What?
I don't know. I said absolutely. But anyway.
Okay.
If you guys want to call in.
We agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are welcome to call in. As long as you're not driving in a wind tunnel.
Yes. Yes. As long as you're not pulling a Robbie. Let's see. What was up? What about the boy from Empire?
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
Setting up his attack.
What the fuck?
I know, bro. I watched the press conference live. I was like, oh shit. The cop.
You mean
the police?
Oh, dude, he ripped into him fucking hard.
Dude. Yeah. I was like, yeah, you tell him.
Yeah.
You tell him, dog.
Yeah.
Cause he fucked up.
You fucked up.
Dude. Why would you do that? You're playing with people's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a time like now where we're so divided as a country.
Yeah.
You're going to play the race card like that in a lie.
Yeah.
Dude, you could have incited riots over it.
Could have.
Not only that, you played the gay card and the racial card.
Oh, I know. He fucking
double
downed.
Oh my God. I was like, dude,
not only do I got one card, I got dos.
This dude's career's done.
What? Yeah.
You think that anybody's going to hire him now?
CNN. We'll see. I don't think his career's done. I think he's done on Empire.
Well, wasn't that the issue that he was done anyway?
I don't know. There's been some things flying around that they were writing him off. They weren't writing him off. From what I read, he did go to the set. And the cast is like super divided. Like half of them are like, fuck him. He needs to have no part in this. Get him the fuck out of here. And the others are trying to be sympathetic. But,
no. There is no sympathy.
No, there's
when
not.
you lie at this magnitude. You know, a little.
Pay in cash, motherfucker. Don't write checks.
Listen, a little white lie. Okay, cool. No big deal.
Yeah, but he rode that fucker off the cliff.
But when you file a police report and this is seen as a hate crime.
You go on national TV.
Bro, yeah. And you
have an interview about the attack and you cry about it.
Yeah, no. I have no sympathy for
I don't either. I don't.
I'm sorry.
It's comical to watch.
Not only are you giving the gay community a bad name, but
Well, the other thing is how many people immediately jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah. Oh, we're with you.
We're with you. Fuck that.
Dude, he played everybody. He did. He was tugging at their strings.
And now it's like, it's embarrassing for a lot of folks. So now they have to make a decision. Do
they say, fuck it, I'm still with you?
Yeah. Do they say, fuck it? Do they double down? Or do they go, hey, my bad? Because the thing is if they were to come out and go, look, my bad, I'm sorry, should have looked into this a little better. Right. That's forgivable.
Yeah.
That's, I'll give you some slack and I'll be like, all right, cool. Well, you kind of went the high road. If you double down on it, it's like, brah, come on.
Nope, no sympathy.
Nope. Did you watch Crone Gracie's fight?
Ice Cream Crone.
Dude, that was a nice fight.
That was like
fucking textbook.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was amazing.
It was like that entry to takedown was like on page 3.
It's like, hey, did I see Royce Gracie do that at UFC? What?
Right. I've seen him do the breakdowns and it's legit page for page, image for image out of the book.
That dude is like gorilla glue. Like once he gets a hold of you, you ain't shaking him off.
You are in such a bad spot if he's got your back.
Bro. That was amazing.
It was really good to watch.
Like that, it was like such a subtle little kick, and then the counter from Caceres, and he expected it. He just ducked under. Oh my God! I was like
body locked.
I was like, "Fuck, it's done."
Yeah. Like as soon as the hands got together around him, it's like, "Oh, you're fucked, dude. Tap
done.
now."
Yeah. It's like, I like you, Caceres, but you can go ahead and quit.
Yeah.
Don't let him sink that in.
No. I mean, how bad do you want to make this? Just like, fuck, he got his arms around me. I'm done. There's no reason to continue this. Because, I mean, yeah, it's just he got his back, got the hooks. It was all textbook, beautifully done. Snake the arm, click, click, done.
Done, son.
And it was that squeeze looked harsh. Oh,
bro, this guy's been doing this shit his whole life.
Yeah, he was probably doing it in the womb.
He's the son of arguably
one of the greatest.
Well, they're saying that he's the greatest grappler of all time.
Okay.
So,
I mean, who would be the argument against it?
I'm not. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
I've seen his body of work. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep. That's a legit claim.
Maybe in about 10 years, it might be different.
Maybe.
With Gordon,
Oh, what about a Crone Gordon match?
It's too much of a weight difference, bro.
Is it really? Is Gordon? Yeah, I guess Gordon is that much bigger than
Crone. Crone is like fights at 145. Gordon's 215.
Yeah. A solid 215.
Did you see him last night?
Yeah.
Next to Verdun. Yeah. Verdun looks small.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, now that his knees, messed up, he's probably been in the gym more, doing some upper body.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to get bigger.
Yeah.
He's going to add some abs onto the abs.
No shit. He's going to have like a 20 pack.
It's like, dude, I didn't even know you could squeeze that many more abs there.
Before we get into the whole fight thing, because I have a couple of fights that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Let's go back to what we were talking about before Robbie called, which is, the universal.
Yeah. You didn't finish up on that.
The universal income. So we were talking about the jobs that were going to be, affected by it the most, which was, again, transport and manufacturing, food prep and food services, retail sales, administrative and clerical, and call center. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about how Google already has a system that you can even tell is a robot.
Well, they have their warehouses. Have you seen some of their warehouses?
No.
They have AI controlled warehouses.
Jesus Christ!
The little you've never seen the little robots on the floor? Oh, dude, yeah, no, they got robots on the floor, grid set up to where they can the robots literally come under the stashes, pick them up, and transport them, and then they bring them to somebody to then package kind of thing. And it's all a symphony of AI controlled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at Tesla, with the big trucks, with the rigs. That's
now. See, a lot of that's really cool, but a lot of that's that's really going to rely on the technology coming out of my sector too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we actually went over a fair bit of that on our meeting last week.
And
it's the technology's coming. It's going to be, but I think.
Well, they're saying that it's not completely ready. That
it's not.
They're saying that it's about 98%, but 98% is not good enough.
Maybe 98% of the software is ready to go, but you have to have a delivery system.
Right. They're saying that other 2% is dialing it in because 98% is not good enough.
No, it's not.
They're saying 2% of the trucks on the road driving off the road.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's bad. Yeah. So they need to be completely 100% accurate.
And the thing is you've got there's like a lot of smart technology that is coming out of our industry that we kind of looked at and went over. The timelines are aggressive. I'm a little skeptical of if they're going to hit all their timelines with just because of implementation of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically, you wouldn't see some of the stuff I've looked online, like, light poles and shit. Those will be, 5 hertz or 60 hertz cell tower kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because but it's every light pole. So then that way there's zero gap in coverage. And that's what you're going to need, like going down the highways, things like that. You're going to need that system in place to work with the AI controlled vehicles, so then that way they never have that gap in coverage. So 10 years, I think is aggressive. 20, I think maybe a little bit more doable. Because, you're talking about a complete change in infrastructure.
Yeah.
Complete change.
You would have to.
Yeah.
If you're going to have automated,
Yeah, automated everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have automated trucks. I think you could do it in certain places. I think they've done it in Europe. You could probably do something like that in maybe Australia. But I just think with the congestion, the amount of people, just the density, you've got to you can't have 2%. It's got to be a perfect system.
Yeah.
And I think reaching a perfect system is going to be hard. It really is. Because there's always going to be some element of human.
Yeah.
And human is always fallible.
There's always going to be some error.
Always. You just have to be able to, handle the error. Well, and make sure it's not a fatal error.
Some of the key points, were the 1.8 trillion dollars that it would cost to, basically give everybody $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Now, he did mention that it would come from like the tech industry, like in Alaska, they have this already, but it comes from the oil industry.
Yep.
Everybody that lives in Alaska gets between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And again, comes from the oil industry. So he's saying that this money is basically going to come from the tech industry, like Amazon, Facebook ads, and, the way that he was explaining, I don't know for sure because, this is just him talking on Rogan. He said that basically that money flows back into the system because if you have people with money, obviously they're going to spend the money, in going out, you're going to buy stuff on Amazon, whatever, so he was saying that between new tax revenue, eliminating some of the incarceration and the homelessness services that you wouldn't need, also the emergency room visits, you're taking away like $1 trillion. So basically that $1 trillion flows back in. The other 800 billion would come from what's called the added value tax, which would be Amazon transactions. So basically everybody would be getting like a piece of the pie. Now, my questions when I heard all this stuff was, okay, so you're giving everybody $1,000. Is this taxable income or is this non-taxable income? Because if you're giving somebody $1,000 a month
and you tax it,
they're
getting $700.
Well, yeah, you're looking at $700, $750. Okay.
That's what I was saying. I was wondering if he was talking fair tax.
Not only that, if you get an additional $12,000 a year, that might put you in a different tax bracket.
Yes.
Which would be higher.
Yep.
So now that $700 after taxes becomes $550.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was my main concern.
Then
it's
you
like,
have your property tax, you have your sales tax, you have your tax on your electronics, you have your tax on your power.
Taxes on everything.
Yeah,
there's taxes on everything.
You're paying. They slice into it every which way they can. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see. Is there going to be a complete tax system overhaul?
Right. In my opinion,
fair tax. Have you ever looked into the fair tax?
I have not read anything into it.
Fair tax is very, very interesting. It's kind of controversial because it's one of those things where you're talking about a complete structural change.
Okay.
But basically, there is no income tax. The only thing there is basically a sales tax.
Well, if Jalen was here, he'll tell you taxation is theft.
Some people feel it is.
Some people, they take like a quarter of my paycheck.
I get it. But the fair tax, it's been a while since I read up. I've got the book on the fair tax somewhere. Dad bought it for me.
I do need to read into it.
But it's a very interesting concept because it's, basically you get what you work, what you're paid, you get. Mm-hmm. It's not taxed. The things now, what that'll do is my understanding, very Cliff Notesy version would be, your sales tax, your tax on things would increase.
Okay. By how much?
I don't know.
Because we're, in the city here is 7%.
Yeah. But so it'll probably go maybe double that. So it might go to 14%. Okay. Now hold on. Yeah, I know that you do that. But if you're not getting, if your paycheck's not getting taxed from the get, you can choose, okay, how much stuff do I really want to buy? Do I want to buy all these things and pay more and, pay the tax more? Or do I want to be able to keep more of my money, do something, invest my money into something, save my money into something? If you're trying to save money now, it's tough because of how much of your check's already getting cut out, Yeah. You want to save $100. That's all well and good, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Cause, out of that 1,000 that you say you're getting paid a month, you've got the income tax, you got your federal tax, everything. So there again, you're getting what, $750. If there's,
or less.
If you're in Georgia, you're paying a state tax.
Right.
So then you're getting less than that, you know? So the fair taxes, that's why I was interested if he talked on the fair tax, because then that's just a flat, that is there brackets. No, there's no brackets. It's just shoop
and done.
It's a fair tax. It is this taxed across the board. So,
but definitely give it a listen.
Okay.
I mean, you might be able to pick up more than I did. I was trying to pick up the key points so we could talk about it a little bit.
Well, we have to do, we really do have to do something, because you're right. Maybe not in 10 years, but in 20 years. Look, my kids, the jobs that are out there now are not going to be there for my kids when they're my age.
No.
And for their kids, there's going to be even less.
Well, they're saying that even like a field like radiology is going away.
Yeah.
Because AI can see shades of gray that the eye can't see.
Yeah.
So anybody who's in radiology right now, they're scrambling, trying to get out of it.
Yeah. Think of people in cubicles now that do data entry. Just simple data entry.
I sit in a cubicle.
Yeah.
I do kind of data entry.
Data entry. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more. I run numbers all day.
Okay. But you run basically, you're doing the same equations every day. Roughly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. So what happens when the AI can do those equations? How many variables do you really have to deal with in a day?
Not many.
Not many. If the variables are coded.
legal terms, let's see, vestings and stuff like that.
Okay. So keywords.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean,
that all can be
automated,
programmed
exactly
into the system to read a document and says, okay, here's the vesting. That's how it should read.
Done.
Done.
Okay. AI does not call in sick. It does not need insurance.
No.
It does not cause drama.
No.
And you don't have to pay it.
Your baby mama's not coming to the job because AI did not get anybody pregnant.
You pay a licensing fee.
Yeah.
For the AI. That's it.
That's it.
If you need to, and it's scalable.
Yeah.
You don't have, if it's like, oh man, we're projecting a real high, a 200% increase in the next 6 months. Let's hire, 50 contractors, temp workers.
It can work 24/7, 365.
24/7. It does not require holidays. It does not require PTO.
No.
You do not have to worry about it getting hurt.
No.
So yeah, I mean, it is one of those things that it is inevitable. It is going to come.
Like right now, you don't even know if we're here. We could be robots.
We could be.
Doing a podcast.
Tech, trades. Those are going to be the things.
Engineering.
Yes and no. I mean, engineering can still be AI to a degree.
But yeah, but not all of it.
But if you're an electrician, that job can never be AI'd. An AI cannot wire this house right now.
Well,
in 100 years, possibly. But I mean, genuinely, a trade. You've got HVAC. I would say welding, but unfortunately, welding has become one of those. Now, granted, welding in certain environments and things like that, or just overall.
Car customization. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Maybe. But I mean, underwater welding, steel workers. I mean, trades like actual blue collar work. Those are going to become the things that there's work in.
You could get a sex doll, so you really don't even need a rub and tug massage parlor.
Yeah, there's a country over in Europe right now.
Rubbercraft, I'm talking to you.
Right. The feminists are up in arms about the sex doll brothel that's over there, saying that it's the patriarchy or whatever. It's sexist. It's
why is that? Why are the feminists up in arms?
I don't know. I just read the headline. It was like, I don't.
Listen, if you're a feminist, you probably don't want to do that job anyway.
No, but it's the fact that you're taking jobs away from
what?
From women.
Well, why are this?
It's the same reason why. It's the same reason why PETA fucking tweeted out what they did today. It's like, you ignorant motherfuckers, about Steve Irwin.
What happened?
I think today's Google Doodle is Steve Irwin. They're celebrating. I think.
Oh, because he would have been 57,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So PETA released. They fucking what they said just pissed me off.
They're throwing shade at a dead man.
Oh, for sure they are.
What did they say?
Let's see. PETA tweet. Let's see. Twitter rips. There we go. All right. Let's go to USA Today. Okay. Hashtag Steve Irwin was killed while harassing a ray. He dangled his baby while feeding a crocodile and wrestled wild animals who were minding their own business. Today's Google Doodle sends a dangerous fawning message. Wild animals are entitled to be left alone in their natural habitats. Yep. Says, Steve Irwin's actions were not on target with his supposed message of protecting wildlife. A real wildlife expert and someone who respects animals and the individuals they are leaves them to their own business and their natural home.
That is kind of harsh, man, especially for a guy who's dead.
Yep.
And everybody knows that, he was all about the animals.
Yeah. It is harassment to drag exotic animals, including babies taken from their mothers, around to TV talk shows, to conferences, and to force them to perform as Steve Irwin did, which I don't remember him ever doing that.
No, I didn't think he had a circus or anything like that.
No, animals deserve to live as they want to, not as humans demand. The Google Doodle should represent that. So, there again. Why tweet that?
I agree that, animals should be left alone, like elephants, tigers, and all that shit, and not be put into a circus, leave them alone. But I never heard.
I don't even think there's a shit. I don't even really think there's a circus anymore. It's gone. Like Barnum and Bailey's gone.
Good.
Ringling Brothers is gone.
Fuck them.
They closed, I think, a year or two ago.
Fuck them, yeah. I do not support that shit anyway. Because, of all the shit that you saw that they used to do behind, with those hidden cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck them. I'm glad they lost their business. Anyway, moving on.
Are you running a pet care service?
A what?
A pet care service?
Why?
Dude, like for the last, what was it? You have been on, I could tell you've been home a lot because you've been on social media, on Facebook, a shit ton. How many lost dogs or found dogs?
Bro, that's just a page that I'm part of. When I found that dog?
Yeah.
I joined that page to put it out there that I found this dog.
Right.
And, looking for the owner, which the next day the owner showed up.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yep.
And, bro.
Doing your part?
I didn't know that there was so many pets that go missing every fucking day.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I am doing my part. And if I have to do it through Facebook and sharing those posts, I am going to do it. If anybody has a problem with them, hey, unfollow me. I don't give a fuck.
I miss the dick memes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not sprinkled in there as much as they're used to.
I haven't had time to look for any. But I'll try to look for one just for you.
There you go. I mean, maybe on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
Just set your reminder.
It's Dick Wednesday.
Yeah, hey, one meme today. Then back to the regularly scheduled animal postings. It was funny too because we actually there again Facebook. I love and hate Facebook. Found a snake. We were working in the backyard this morning.
It's not a rattlesnake, was it?
No, I had a real good idea what it was, but it was a juvenile. And by the colorations, it looked close to like either a water moccasin or a cottonmouth. But since it was a juvenile, I had an idea that it was actually just a juvenile. They're called a Florida banded water snake. Okay. They look very similar to
a water moccasin.
They do. They look very similar to that. But, so they're kind of hard to tell when they're juveniles. They're again, one of the groups I'm part of on Facebook. What snake is this in Florida? And people take pictures and, post it because there's a couple, herpetologists, I think, or whatever would be the term for snake people, that are part of the group. And they'll give you an ID. They'll look at it and go, this is what this is. So and they're pretty quick. So I did that. I snapped 2 pictures of it, posted it. Hey, I have a good idea what this is, but
you know what this is?
Yeah, I have a good idea. Just, looking for confirmation, and you tell them where you're located at, Jacksonville, Florida. And literally within, 2 minutes, one of the admins of the pages replied and goes, yep, no, that's a juvenile, Florida banded water snake. It's like, cool. Thank you. Yep. Picked them up.
And killed it.
No, hell no. I'm one of the few that I don't kill snakes. I even the venomous ones I find on my sites. I've moved rattlesnakes. I've moved stuff like that, got them out of the way, so that way they don't be in the sight because, there's going to be a lot of guys that come across and see that and they're just, that's dead. Dead. Kill it. Yeah. Kill it with a shovel now. My granny, Jesus Christ.
You want to shoot it?
Fuck. She would kill a snake in a heartbeat. I don't care what kind it was. It could have been a fucking garter snake just chilling. My granny would go after that motherfucker with a shovel and a hoe. Quick.
Come here, hoe.
Dude, and she was old school, like, what would be the correct term for it? She would bury the snake. She would bury the body in one spot, bury the head in another.
Why?
So that way,
it couldn't come back.
Yeah. Wives' tale shit. Yep. Wives' tale shit. I'm serious, dude. That was my granny.
Goddamn, your granny crazy as fuck.
She was from a different era. Back in those days.
So did you see that Amazon pulled out of their deal with New York City?
Love it.
Why?
Because it was funny because the chick was such a big anti-Amazon advocate of it and was just creating so much noise that Amazon went, all right, we're out.
Fuck talking about Alejandra Ocasio.
AOC, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. She's hilarious. I love her. She makes me laugh.
Okay.
She's a dummy in the biggest sense of the fashion.
Why? Explain it to me.
Because she's an economics major, supposedly. Yeah. That's what her major was in college, and she didn't understand how the taxes worked for Amazon.
Here's the thing. Amazon was looking for a $3 billion tax incentive, basically a break for this, for coming to New York. Yep. In return, they were going to bring $25,000 jobs between 58,000 and 150,000, which, by the way, the headline read 25,000 jobs at 150K. That's not right. That's not correct. The range was 58 to 150.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to be an executive.
Nope.
Not everybody's going to be a manager.
Nope.
So they were not going to make the 150.
You're going to need grunts.
That's right.
Yep.
And those are the 58. But in return, the city was going to get $30 billion in revenue back.
Yep.
So
she's an economics major and she did not understand that.
When you're giving an incentive, because it's not even money.
No.
It's not even real money.
No.
It's an incentive.
It's an incentive.
To a corporation that's going to bring you $30 billion into your city's economy.
And provide your constituents jobs that are not there.
In Queens.
Yeah.
Which is not a hotbed for that type of job.
It ain't the job capital of the world.
Right. So,
and she celebrated it.
I'm not going to rag on her.
She's an idiot.
I really don't really pay too much attention to her. But it was not just her. She had supporters.
She did. But it was funny though, is that when the Democratic the mayor, who's a hardcore blue Democrat and all like that,
De Blasio,
starts slamming you for your idiotic statements on the Amazon deal, costing New York what it was. It's becoming, the left eat the left.
Well, the governor, Cuomo, had defended the tax break and said, yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give you
look at what it's going to bring in.
Right.
Okay.
So you give 3 to get 30
Yeah,
back.
you invest 3 to get 30. That's a
Right.
fucking good investment.
Remember, it's not an investment.
No, but if you
because
look
it's
at it,
not any money being put into it.
Yeah.
It's a break in the taxes that they would have had to pay.
Yeah.
So 3 to get 30 back, which apparently was going to be used to fix the infrastructure in Long Island, which is where Queens is.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mean actually be beneficial for the area.
right.
Oh, wow.
So I just, and I don't want to make this a political left and right thing because
no, it was it's regardless of politics, it was a bad business decision.
Correct. And I'm like, bro, why not bring it here? I mean, we do have a pretty big Amazon.
We already have 2.
I know, but we're not HQ.
No, we're not. And I don't think we'll ever will. What the fuck does Jacksonville got to offer to be HQ? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, have you seen the fucking building? That thing is immense.
I'm surprised they just don't go to Atlanta. Atlanta makes more sense.
At this point,
They may.
Or
Boston. I could see them going to Boston.
Oh, talking about Boston rubbing it in New York's face.
Oh, for sure.
Not only did we beat you in baseball, son.
We took Amazon Beach. Yeah. I mean, I can see it from that aspect. It would be fucking comical. Atlanta makes sense just because of the airline infrastructure the shipping infrastructure that's already built in.
Listen, I'm not an economist, so I don't know how a lot of things work. However, if you ask me for $3
and I'll pay you 30 next week,
and you're going to pay me 30 next week, motherfucker, here's your $3.
Yeah, you need 6?
Yeah. And am I getting 60 back?
Yeah. But I tell you what, here, I'll give you 9. I'll just give you a 10. Keep the change. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't get it. 25,000 jobs.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking work for that area.
And those people hustle. It's New
Fuck
York.
Yeah, they do.
It's New York.
Yeah.
If you're not on the ball, you ain't going to have a job. So.
No. Trust me. If you don't want it, somebody else will.
Especially, in a company like Amazon. So,
yeah.
So a range of 58,000 to 150,000.
Now, granted, 58,000 from my understanding, 58,000 in New York that's like minimum wage.
Yeah,
it's not a lot.
That's true, but it is a job.
It is a job for sure. Because I know, like, when my buddies came down here from New York, because he lives up in New York, and we were just talking about like what I paid for this house, square footage, what he paid. He's like, "You paid how much?" He's like, "Dude, this." Well,
the cost of living is so much higher. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like literally, this house, the size of this house up there, this is like a $3 million house. Like legitimately, he like seriously, because you know how much I'd have to pay for a house this size with the amount of land you have, because this would be a $3 to $3.4 million home in New York. And I was like,
well, same thing in California, man.
Oh, California's crazy.
Yeah,
Jesus.
You want
to talk about taxes? Fuck. Give it.
Bro, I can't.
New York's just as bad. I mean, New York's taxes are crazy too.
I love going to California. I love visiting.
Yeah, I would never live there.
I just could never live there.
No.
It's, bro, so fucking expensive.
It is.
Everything.
It is. I know two couples that loved being there, but over the last couple years, it's gotten so fucking bad that they literally ran out of the state. One's in Georgia and one came back to Florida. They were like, I've got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's just, it was becoming no longer cost effective to have a business. Jesus. Like literally it was costing, I know one guy, it was costing him money to be employed.
That sucks.
That really sucks. And especially if you're a small business, because that's what he was. He wasn't a big business. So, big
businesses are fine,
Yeah, because they're churning out the money like that. But I mean, if you're a small business and you're a good week is, ooh, shit, I pocketed $500. I put the rest back in the company. And you're no longer getting to pocket that $500 to be able to get food and shit because of the tax. That's my Velcro.
Okay.
Yeah, they dipped. They're like, fuck, peace.
We're out.
we're buying, with the money they saved up for a year. And with what they saved up for a year, they were able to buy them 12 or 16 acres up in Georgia and, building a house on it. Got a job doing the same thing he was doing over there. And, gets to keep all his guns. That's the big.
That was a big incentive.
That really was. He was really the gun control that was going on over there.
Guns
was becoming pretty crazy. So that was one of the reasons that he cited for dipping out.
Well, let's
because they were getting ready to get to the point where they were going to be taking, no longer with guns going to be grandfathered. Like if we ban high capacity mags, which was anything over 7 rounds, you now become a felon.
What about a musket? Can you have a musket?
Maybe.
Shoot once and reload it. It's going to take you, what, like 20 minutes?
For me and you? Yeah. Fuck yeah. I've got buddies of mine who they use that. It's not a musket, but they do black powder hunting. And yeah, it's rough. They do make it easier, but it's still, you're packing powder.
Anyway, moving away from all the taxes and universal income. Cain Velasquez, Francis Ngannou. Did you watch the fight?
I watched it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's about how long it lasted.
Right, because Instagram, you can do a 1-minute video.
Yeah, that's about how long it lasted.
The fight lasted 25 seconds.
Yep, I saw it. I didn't like it.
Now, Cain was saying that he hurt his knee. And yes, he did grab his knee on the way down, but it was a punch that buckled him. And when he buckled and his knee gave out, then, of course he got hurt.
Yeah.
He wasn't knocked out from the punch. However, he did get hit. Mm-hmm. And he got murked.
He did. The ref saved your life.
Pretty much.
Tell the ref thank you and move on.
Man, I wanted Cain to win so bad too.
I did too.
I was like, bro, he's gone through so many injuries in the last couple of years.
He has.
And to come back and just go out like that, I was like, fuck. Like, as soon as he lost, I turned off the TV and went to bed. I'm like, I'm not watching the press conference. I'm not watching the interview. I don't care. I don't want to hear Ngannou say, I hit him. He fell down. And he went down and I win.
Who's he going to call out?
Cameroon. Yes, my people. Ugh. Yes. Anyway, I don't want to hear none of that.
No.
It sucked, man.
I
was so sad for Cain. I was like,
sure.
fuck, man.
I just wanted to see him ride off in the sunset and be done.
Anyway,
it's getting to that point, man, where all your old heroes are there.
Well, he's 36 and he's had so many injuries.
I'm about to say he's had so many injuries and he's had so many fights.
Yeah, those fights with Dos Santos took a couple of years away from him.
Yeah.
So he did 3. The first one he got knocked out quick. The second and the third, he did beat up Dos Santos pretty good.
Yeah, but those were wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave some years of your life in that ring for those fights.
Yep, sure did.
Like I said, I watched it on Instagram. I was like, oh, here's the fight. Oh, here it's done. Damn.
How about Paul Felder and James Vick?
I didn't watch that one,
bro. He was kicking his legs and he had him limping. He had James Vick limping. But Vic apparently hit him with a kick during the third that punctured a lung.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I guess he was fighting like that for the last couple of minutes of the third round.
I did read something that said that he's out of the UFC indefinitely.
What do you mean,
Felder, because of his lung?
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, but indefinitely tells me you're done for good.
No,
No, I agree.
He can heal. Back.
He can heal, but why would you say
It was funny because they said that he was talking. I got another lung. I just need a beer right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why you got 2.
That's a tough motherfucker, though.
Yeah. What happened to my cardio? Well, you lost the lung.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no.
You can't breathe just as good.
You can't breathe. You're only using 1, and he still fought. Wow.
How about GSP retiring? Did you see that coming?
No, did not see that coming. I don't know why. It almost seems like, hey, we've got a fight with you and Khabib. I'm retiring.
No, he wanted the fight, and because it didn't happen, he chose to retire.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted the fight, but it just didn't happen. You know, he had a great fucking career.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, when you're looking,
you know what? Get out now. You've got all your senses. You've got, all your facilities. Yeah, you may think there's aliens and stuff like that and shit like that. But I mean, I don't think that
the aliens came down.
Yeah, I don't think that's from brain damage. I just think you might,
he's just a little goofy.
Yeah, you might be a little goofy, but you're still speaking well. I mean, just,
He's 37, bro.
Yeah.
26-2.
Come on.
His only losses were to Matt Serra and Matt Hughes. To both Matts.
Yeah.
Matt Hughes was I think it was his third fight in the UFC. Let me double check just to make sure.
Yeah, that was
1, 2, 3.
Yep. Hughes was a fucking corn-fed country boy motherfucker that flip a truck.
That's when Hughes was on his run. He was on the prime of his career.
I just thinking about Hughes, man. I'm just remembering those fucking shots he would go from the outside, those double legs that he would shoot from literally 20 something feet away. It looked like, and get them.
So after the loss with Matt Hughes, he had 1, 2, 3. 4,
well, let's
5,
come on.
6.
Let's be serious. He's actually lost 3 times.
What do you mean?
Granted, he did not technically lose against Johnny Hendricks, but he lost. It ain't on the record. Listen, I got it. I mean, I know the number says 2.
If it's not on paper, if it's not official, it is not a loss. Granted, yes, he took a beating, but on paper,
I know
26-2.
I know it's on paper. I'm just saying.
So after that loss to Hughes, he went on a 6-fight winning streak, and then he came across my homeboy.
Matt Serra.
I
used to hate Matt Serra.
Bro, I always loved the guy.
I used to hate
Why?
him.
Why did you hate him?
I don't know. There was something about him I hated.
It's because he's black, ain't it?
No, he's not. I don't know. There was just something about him I did not like, and I cannot remember what it was. But then it was one of those. The more I learned about him, and the more he was kind of forced on you, a little bit, the more I was like, "This guy's fucking cool."
Yeah,
I kind of did because
he is hilarious.
My buddy's been a fan of his from like way back. I think they were in the same town. And I used to give him shit about it all the time. I was like, man, fuck Matt Serra. Yeah, he would lose his mind.
Well, I was pulling for Matt Serra from the beginning. Ever since I watched him in the fucking comeback season of The Ultimate Fighter. I thought he was funny as fuck.
I just the thing every time I hear his name, I just picture him getting fucked with in the car and yelling cocksucker. That is just the perfect use of that word that he did at that little instance. I was like, that is perfect.
You fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, just
So after the loss to Serra, he went on a 13-fight winning streak.
Yeah,
and rode off into the sunset. So basically, he went undefeated his last loss was in 2007.
Oh wow, woo!
His last victory was Michael Bisping. And that was for the middleweight belt.
And he looked damn fucking. And that was after a fair bit of layoff too.
So his previous fight from that, the fight with Bisping was November 2017.
Mm-hmm.
The fight before that was exactly 4 years before to Johnny Hendricks in November of 2013.
Okay, yeah. So he had like a 4-year layoff.
So he took a layoff.
4 years, came back and looked amazing.
Can you say that because of that, he is the GOAT?
Yeah, I think he's up there. Sure.
Up there with who?
Anderson.
Okay.
Fedor, I think it could be called a GOAT. But see, there again, you start getting that. The GOAT thing is you're dealing with time frames. Cause I mean, if you really want to go the GOAT, I mean, goddamn, you could pull some of the shit from the early UFCs and go, no, these motherfuckers were the GOATs, back with soccer kicks and eye gouges and shit like that. And these guys were,
So 2 losses.
Yeah. 26 wins.
Okay.
Yeah. I got you.
Both losses were avenged.
Yes.
Has Anderson Silva avenged any of his losses?
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't ride that train like that.
Has Fedor avenged any of his losses?
I don't even know who else Fedor lost to. No, I don't think he has. I think Fedor's only lost 3 times.
All right, let's pull Fedor's record. Let's see. You got it? Type in Fedor Emelianenko Sherdog, and let's take a look at it.
I'll just go to his wiki.
Okay.
Don't tell me this real quick. All right. So his record is Losses. He is 38 wins, 6 losses.
Okay.
5 by knockout, 1 by submission. 1 no contest.
Has he avenged any of those?
Oh, fuck. I'd have to go through. I mean, I'd have to go all the way down and try to find.
He hasn't. I can tell you that right now.
All right. I'll trust you on that.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know that Anderson Silva is one of the greatest fighters of all time, but I'm here to call GSP the GOAT.
Okay. All right.
And again, folks, that's just my opinion.
Yep.
If you want to direct any hate mail, at Waldo J on Twitter, at Waldo J on Instagram.
Yeah, because the whole GOAT thing, I mean, it's all subjective. You know, it's all, I mean, unless you just really want to do it analytical, number-wise. But then if you do that, is, you know, Floyd Mayweather the GOAT of boxing?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. He's undefeated. Who beat him?
Well, I know, but there's the thing, though. You're doing it purely analytical, purely by numbers.
I like numbers.
Numbers are cool.
I love
and all.
stats.
Numbers are cool and all.
So let's talk. Let's hear the guys that he's beat. Kara Parisian.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Haran.
No, I mean, no, I know he has beat the fucking who's who in his career of
Jason
people.
Mayhem Miller, Frank Trigg.
I mean, he's beat everything
Sean
from
Shurg, BJ Penn, Matt Hughes.
I know.
Josh Koscheck.
I mean, he's beat every fucking striker they
Matt
put in
Serra,
front of him.
John Fitch.
He beat every grappler they put in front of him.
Thiago Alves, Dan Hardy, Koscheck again.
Did you see Dan Hardy on last night on the UFC Fight
Jake
Pass?
Shields.
He's looking good.
Who?
Dan Hardy.
He was doing what?
They were doing a little like a pre-fight show, like inside the octagon or whatever before
I haven't seen
EBI
that.
last night, and it was it looks good.
Speaking of EBI, that Combat Jiu-Jitsu last night, it had some really, really good matches.
Did.
However, the production on it was
dog shit.
Was not really all
Jesus
that great.
Christ. Whoever was running that needs to fucking learn or get shit canned.
Somebody needs to come in and like overhaul their audio.
Yeah.
What they need to do.
Because I mean, come on, dude. This is supposed to be the creme de la creme. It's supposed to be
the matches were creme de la creme.
They were, but it's supposed to be a legit fucking run thing.
But the entertainment aspect of it was lacking as far as the production.
God.
You have to have a good production, especially
if you've got a good product, you have to be able to present it well.
Well, if you're going to be on UFC Fight Pass, you need to, because people
are paying for this now. This is not Facebook Live.
No, yeah.
You know,
Facebook like, hey, whatever.
Whatever. I'm fine. I ain't gonna bitch about it.
Right. Because that's free.
YouTube. I ain't gonna bitch about it.
Right.
It's fine. You want to stream your shit? It's cool. But if I'm paying for something,
yeah.
And I know a lot of people that have probably picked up Fight Pass purely for EBIs.
Yeah. The audio was just dog shit.
It was literally, I had it just on mute. It was so fucking bad. I don't even know who the commentators were last night. I know Ben Saunders was doing something because I just saw his name pop up, but I have no idea who the other people were. Couldn't care. Didn't hear him.
Ben Saunders was one of the commentators with TJ DeSantis and BMAC.
Okay.
So
would have never known. Never heard him.
And you know what? Their commentating skills are good. It was the audio
because it was
that just fucked it all up for them.
And even when the audio was working, it was so in and out.
Yeah,
like,
it would go up or down. Yeah,
like,
it's like,
dude,
bro,
stop fucking with the levels.
Yeah, so
get your fingers off the board.
Fix
the overall issue.
I don't know what was going on there.
I don't know.
But it's not the first EBI that's happened.
I want to say the last one that it wasn't as bad, but there were definitely hiccups where you were like, oh God, what the hell? But last night was horrible. So, last night looked like I was watching some shit, in somebody's fucking gym.
So maybe a different company needs to come in and do their production. Maybe Eddie Bravo should look into it.
I'm hoping they're not paying for that. Like that wasn't
you didn't get my.
I got your look into
Damn it.
I got your look into it. But like if that's a company and you're like paying them a dollar amount, like if that's not just people from the gym, people from HQ running your audio, okay, cool. It's time to start writing a check, But if you did write a check for that, it's time to fucking put a stop on that check.
Well, I will say this. I was most impressed by Thor.
He did good.
John Blank from 10th Planet Bethlehem, which is where Squirrel's at right now.
Yep.
So his first match was against Kevin Casey, UFC veteran, and also a Hickson Gracie black belt.
Mm-hmm.
He beat him in 25 seconds with a heel hook.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit, I expected Kevin Casey to give you some trouble and a run for your money.
Yeah. Not hot enough through butter.
Because he's not a slouch.
No.
He kind of made him look like a slouch. But let's face it,
at that level, that shit can happen.
That can happen. Exactly. Then he goes against ADCC champion Yuri Simões and had him on the run. Like at one point, it looked like Yuri was going to tap.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, Thor just got his black belt, I want to say maybe a month ago.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe two.
Maybe two at the most.
Maybe two.
So for him to be at this level, almost tapping this dude, I was more impressed by the loss than the actual win.
Yeah.
Because Yuri Simões is no slouch.
No.
And he had him on his heels.
Yeah.
Granted, he ended up pulling it out and winning. However, it was this fucking close.
There were some good matches last night. There were some bad matches, but there were some good.
Brandon Moreno and Alarcon in the finals. That was great. Yeah. That was a good match. Moreno actually TKO'd one of the guys with strikes.
Yeah, he did.
That was good. So.
Yeah, that's why there's a reason between slaps and open hand strikes. Combat jiu-jitsu's open hand strikes. You don't have to slap.
There were some good matches.
There was
some fucking good matches.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really fucking good.
I was still disappointed that it didn't start till fucking 10 o'clock, but...
Despite the audio. Well, I had taken a 5-hour nap, so I was good.
Oh, yeah, okay, shit. Yeah.
I got home from work, bro. I was so tired.
You just did the roll the dice nap? I might do an hour, might do 5.
I took a shower, and I went to bed for a nap, and woke up at 9.
Oh,
I was like...
Fuck.
Whew, man.
See, if I did that would beyond fuck me up.
Well, I stayed up to watch Combat Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, I mean, I still did.
Otherwise, it's not happening, my friend.
No, I mean, I did too. Yesterday, I probably grabbed a 15-minute nap. I still stayed up and watched Combat Jiu-Jitsu.
15-minute, okay, bro.
Yeah. Went to bed and was up at 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, I was up at 7.
Yeah. How? What time did you go to? Did you go to bed like right after Combat Jiu-Jitsu? And you went to sleep?
Yeah.
God damn. I hate people like you. You and fucking Amanda. Bro. I swear to God, y'all can nap all fucking day long, and then when it comes bedtime, it's like, y'all going to bed, peace.
Bro, I'm old. Dude.
Fuck.
But anyway, shout out to John Blank. Thor.
Good job.
Good job. Fucking A. Anyway, also, I saw something that was pretty interesting this week, and it was Dana White wanting Conor McGregor and Cowboy to fight for the interim title.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
That's a big money maker right there.
That is.
But Conor's coming off a loss. How would you justify, giving him a title shot instead of Ferguson and Cowboy?
Because it's Conor. Come on, the UFC doesn't care about that shit anymore.
You know what? I get it.
You're still in the old mindset.
They gotta make that money. Yeah, I get it.
You're still in the old mindset where you think records and numbers and who's due is due. No.
But the funny thing is that last night or this morning, Dana White was on ESPN and announced that it's going to be Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier for the interim lightweight title. So Holloway is coming up in weight to be champ, and Dustin is finally getting his shot. Well, it's an interim shot, but that's because Khabib is taking time off.
Yeah, everybody gets a belt. You get a belt. You get a belt. Everybody gets a belt.
So how do you like that fight, though? I mean, let's be honest. Poirier's been grinding, and he's been on a tear.
I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a really good fight. But it's one of those, it's a placeholder until Khabib comes back.
So I'm gonna take the place of Art in this opinion.
Okay.
And I am going to say, well, my guy Max Holloway, he's got the fight IQ.
Yep, got the fight IQ.
He's coming up from 145 to 155. But, really, he walks around like 165, 170.
Yeah.
So the cut is not going to be too bad.
Nah.
So, being that Max Holloway's got the fighter IQ, I'm going to pick Max.
Of course you are. Yeah.
Thank you, Art. I appreciate that. We appreciate your opinion on that.
Good, standard opinion there. Heard that a few times. Love that fight IQ.
Yeah, I know. He brings that up all the time.
Every goddamn time.
Anytime we talk about Max Holloway?
Anytime. All you got to do is say Max. And the first words out is fight IQ.
We should get him a shirt that says Fight IQ.
No, I was talking about Max Headroom.
Oh.
But you know, Holloway's got some great Fight IQ. If you didn't know, now you do. Fuck.
And his Fight IQ is going to be replaced with AI.
Yeah.
Which leaves Tony Ferguson out in the win.
Again.
But he tweeted, I can make 145. Dude.
I don't get it. There again, man. I just don't. It's the same thing. It's like you try not to be in the old mindset of how the UFC used to be.
Yeah.
You have to try to get used to this new one where it's just about, it's not about who's due or who's, deserving or anything like that. It's about, who can we get to fight our stars?
Yeah. Are you looking forward to next week's card?
I don't even know who's on the card.
John Jones.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Okay, why did the stream stop?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're done.
No.
All right.
I won't ever cheer a John Jones card.
Well, he's fighting Anthony Smith.
Cool.
Tyron Woodley's fighting, what's his name?
Who?
Oh, that's right. You hate Tyron Woodley.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, actually, I don't.
You do.
No, it's actually funny. The more I've kind of I was reading a story about, they were asking Tyrone about when's the last time he talked to Dana. He's like, I ain't talked to that motherfucker in like months.
You hate him because he's black.
Oh, God, yes. Purely it. That's just exactly.
Right. Anyway, those were the fights that I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
I think this was a long podcast.
2-3.
Just for you and I to be.
Well, we haven't seen each other in like 2 weeks.
I know. And we didn't even talk about what you did in Atlanta, but we'll leave that for when Art comes back and maybe the other part-time.
Had an amazing fucking old-fashioned and some.
I'm a little jealous.
I'm going to get you to go up there with me because I need to go up there to get some stuff.
I'm a little jealous. I'll be honest.
Okay. I've got to go back up there for like a quick weekend trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
are you going with the fam or?
No. I think it's like literally. I think it'll be like literally a leave Friday afternoon, load stuff up Saturday, and leave Sunday morning. So the next time I do that, I actually want to see if you want to go. I was just going to say you could just let Maria stay here, and me and you'll dip to Atlanta. We'll hang out at the.
When is it?
I've got to look at when Dad needs me to come back up to pick stuff up. But
all right.
I'll let you know. But you can come check out Casa de Sharon and
I will
the estates.
I will definitely.
We'll take you to Zama, some fucking Mexican food. It's amazing.
Okay.
Good little spot. Or if you want seafood, or that's the nice thing about Atlanta. Whatever you're wanting, we got a spot.
All right. Okay. Well, let me put it in the.
Okay. All right.
Put it in the.
And guess what? All you got to do is sit there and ride.
Okay.
You ain't got to do shit.
All right. We'll talk about it.
All right.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to add before we go?
No, not really. I think we touched on like
a lot.
Well, yeah, pretty well everything. Yeah. 2 hours worth.
Cool. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you listening. Good luck to my boy Squirrel, Chris Crawford. Good luck to Fidel.
Bert.
Good luck to Bert. Who else? Who else is fighting?
Fuck, I don't know.
No, well,
Too many people.
Anybody competing today. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next week. Peace.